The Good Buddies Anime Podcast is hosted by two rowdy, foul-mouthed American cowboys. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey, Good Buddies, what's up? Welcome into the Good Buddies Anime Show. I am your good buddy, Roger.
And I am your good buddy, Brandon.
And Brandon, do you want to tell them what we're doing today? We mentioned it before in the last episode.
Let me tell you what we're doing this week, Good Buddies.
It's brand new.
It's brand new. It's different. It's different, and yet it's the same because what we're doing is what we always do. We're giving you
Good Buddies.
A review of recommendation for a show. This time they're not all the way out, so we're not doing a full review. We're just going to talk about these shows, whether or not we think you should check them out or not. But the thing is, there's a question, Roger.
Yes.
Is it good or bad? That's not good enough. I want to know, should it be in your queue or is it a steaming poo-poo?
Okay.
Is it one you can't miss or should you flush it like piss? Roger, tell me for real. Should it be on your TV or should it be in your potty? Is it a steamer or is it a streamer?
I see.
No, nothing. The air horn didn't even work. Fuck. Listen, that's where we're going. We're doing streamers and steamers, y'all. Should you stream it? Is it a steamy pile of trash?
Does it belong in your toilet?
Yeah.
Or does it belong on your TV?
Yes. Well, mine rhymed, but
yeah.
Anyway, that's what we're doing this week, y'all. We got two different shows, and we specifically said before we want to do stuff that either, you know, we did the tier list, stuff that we I obviously either rated lower or stuff that we haven't seen people talking about as much because we want to get a cross section. Usually we do stuff that's either popular or that we already like, so we know we're probably gonna like it.
Yeah, one of them I picked just because I hadn't seen it yet. Yes,
that's also true. But we got two different shows here that we're gonna talk about. Roger, which one of these two do you want to hit first?
Dude, let's talk about Fairy Ranmaru first.
My God.
This show is dumb as hell.
It is so dumb. Here's the thing, though, is you can say it's dumb, but what it is more than anything is incredibly horny.
It sure is.
It's incredibly horny. I'm just gonna pull up the old tier list that we did before.
Okay.
Good Buddy Brand's Mind Vibe Check 2021. I put this one at I had it in cliffhanger. So that is, I didn't have it in cast. I didn't say it was trash. I said, you know, give a couple episodes, see what you feel. And let's say before we get too far into this is one of those where we always do the thing. It's a review of recommendation. If you're into this, you'll like it. Maybe skip this one if you're not so much into that. Know that all those caveats are there. But I want y'all to know, Good Buddies, when we get down to it, we're either going to call it a streamer or a steamer. And we might not agree.
Yep. But
here's the thing about this show.
It's dumb as hell.
It is the story of these 5 fairy boys, who are sent to Earth, and for what they are working for the fairy queen, and they have to basically help these girls and women. And when they do that, they get something called attachment that is then sent to the fairy queen, and that's what keeps the fairy world rolling. Sounds fine enough. Where it gets crazy is it's basically a magical girl show with these sexy men, and when they transform, that's where the magic happens, if you will. It's basically Magic Mike. You're going to see a bunch of muscles. You're going to see a bunch of bulges. It's going to be real horny.
One of them weenies is going to be coming right at your face.
You're going to see some thrusts and that you damn near see the mushroom stamp.
Yeah.
You can see the outline, my guy. The show's incredibly horny.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be reductive, but I'm not. It's just really horny.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, I respect them for going for it.
Yeah, man.
This is a show that said, we're going to do it, and they fucking are doing it.
Yeah, they go full in, and I definitely respect it as well.
Yeah. But I got to tell you, let's go through the list as we usually do.
Okay.
Let's just go through the list as if we were reviewing it. Story and setting, it's fine.
Yeah.
Whatever. We already gave it to you. It's the boys. They do the stuff. They meet the girls. They run a cafe. They have a rule. They have a list of rules. You know, don't fall in love.
Yeah, it's like the Ten Commandments.
It feels like
for fairy boys.
It feels like an allegory for sex work because it's like, oh, but don't fall in love. Ooh. But also the rules are like, don't have carnal relationships with the opposite sex. They don't specify same sex. These rules. but they do specify opposite sex, which I'm like, okay. Yeah. That's basically, and then
that would make sense because this show definitely comes off as pretty gay.
It's pretty gay, and yet I'll get to it. And yet I have a problem with that statement, but we'll get to it. Characters in development, how you feel about them? They're just pretty boys.
I feel like they're pretty boys. They're nice little fairy boys.
They are very pretty.
And they all get backstories. It's not very deep, and it does have these leaps in logic. This show is like a cross between Sarah Zanmai and JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
That's a very good way of putting it, I think.
Where JoJo does take, it's these really fun leaps of logic, you know, and these wild scenarios.
And also they're big and muscly.
Yeah, also they're big and muscly.
It's a little homoerotic.
Yeah. It's good. It's good. It is not great.
Sure.
I really want to love it more. I really do. But some of the backstories and stuff, I'm like, oh my god, can we just get to him turning into the fairy?
And this is where we can take a little step here. How many of these episodes have you watched? Currently, at time of recording, yesterday when I looked, there were 7 episodes out.
I've watched 3.
I'm caught up.
Okay.
I have watched all 7 so far. Yeah. Yeah. But there's basically 5 of these boys. They're all different kinds of fairies. There's like the water fairy and the fire fairy and the grass fairy, and I think one of them, the cook, is like a metal fairy or something.
Yeah, the light fairy.
The light fairy is Ranmaru, the titular Ranmaru. Yeah. And they look like, cute-ish anime boys, and then they transform into these very hunky anime men that look decently different and are very tall and muscly.
Yep.
Yeah.
They go full Captain Planet.
They really do. They got their abs out, baby.
Or Shazam.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's also a good one. They full on Shazam it. How about the art and animation?
It's good.
It's decent.
It's good. And I actually think that it calls a whole lot back to the 90s.
Yeah. It's got, like, when they're just regular boys, it's very clean. It's nothing to really nut your pants over, but it's very clean.
Yeah.
When they transform and when they are in these fairy battles,
that's when they hit you with that Sakuga.
Holy shit. They turn it up.
Yeah.
They really turn it up. In a number of ways they turn it up. Everything turns up. Including their crotches. It's very... Yeah. It's really good.
Yeah, I like the style behind it. I mean, they got the super pointy chins. Those kind of old-fashioned pointy chins. They got kind of old curly hair style going on, almost that Tatsunoko or that Sailor Moon style to it.
And of course, they're fairies, so they got little pointy ears. And I'm like, how does no one notice this?
Yeah.
Come on, y'all.
Who knows? But I mean, I think the animation is quite good.
Yeah. Soundtrack, decent.
Yeah, pretty good. I mean,
it's got an okay
each
opener.
episode, yeah, actually, I think the opening and closing kind of slap.
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
And then each episode, the fairy boys, when they transform, they sing a song.
Yes, and it reminds me, there's this game that I really love. You might have played it a few times on Neo Geo. It's called Matrimele.
Okay.
And there are these wild songs playing in the background of these ridiculous fights. You remember the fighting game?
It's like a straight up ballad.
Yeah. You remember the fighting game where you're using the dog? The man dresses the dog? That's a Matrimele.
Okay.
And it's a great game, and the soundtrack to this and that are very similar.
Yeah, it's just like this very sweeping, like, and the guy's like, he's singing, obviously in Japanese, but it's like, this fire burns within me. Like that kind of shit.
It's like Japanese opera songs.
Yeah, it's kind of rad. It's like very, very poppy ballad kind of shit. Yeah. While you just see this muscly ferryman running through this area. And let's go on and move to the last thing. This is Je ne sais quoi, and this is the big thing for me.
Yeah.
I'll just say mine. There's 2 things about this show. One, and I think my biggest problem with it is incredibly formulaic. You are gonna watch more or less the exact same thing happen.
That's part of why I said it's kind of like Sarah Zanmai, also the musical numbers.
It's that's the thing though. Sarah Zanmai had like more stuff with the characters, more development.
This
stuff.
is not Sarah Zanmai.
This does not give you much development. I mean, there is development. You're gonna see like flashbacks. You're gonna find out why these characters feel the way they do about stuff. But all that is like very brief moments in between major bullet points, and those bullet points are one of these 5 fairy boys, and they go, I'll tell you 3 episodes in, I'm 7 in, they go in order from 1 to 5, and it appears to be looping. We just get episode 6 is Ranmaru again, episode 7 is Fire Fairy again, Homura. But like, it goes in order, so fairy boy meets girl has problem, girl eventually breaks down over her problem and cries.
Yeah.
Fairy boy magically appears before her, says, let me quote unquote save your heart. They kiss, he transforms into sexy fairy man, he runs and sings a song, then he drops into this Madoka-esque like world, which is, they're pretty cool, these worlds. The art is really wild, and they're all based on like different art styles. Episodes 4 and 5, I told you, are freaking Van Gogh, and then episode 5 is like based on Picasso. Like literally, dude fights the bull out of Guernica. It's rad. Really cool art style. But they go in here, they fight this thing, and then what it is like there's these 2 keyholes, which through one of them, on the other side of this keyhole, the girl that they're trying to help is watching this battle. And through on the other end, through another keyhole, which they have to defeat these evil visions to find this other keyhole, is where the villain is. That's the person who is causing this pain. And some of these are kind of intense. Like one girl in the first episode, homegirl's getting bullied online, and she is pretty close to committing suicide. It gets heavy, you know. But the person who's like doing all this bullying is on the other side of this keyhole. And the fairy fights through the evil thingies, and then he finds that keyhole, and he summons a very large golden magic key and shoves it through that keyhole to unlock it, and then attacks the person. And then in real life, that person like passes out wherever they were, and then there's a wrap up at the end. And I would say that there was an innuendo, that there was some kind of innuendo about them taking a big key and shoving it through this keyhole. There's not really. Yeah. It's already just all sex, y'all. Yeah. Like these transformations. Episode 3 has the horniest one. You saw that one. That's when Water Fairy Uru transforms, and it like does, you know, just like it's like Sailor Moon, left hand, left foot, right foot. And then it's like it's him bent over. Boom, you see his like butt armor come on. And then it goes front, boom, and you see his crotch like armor appear, and he's like arched back with literally you just see the lump of his dick. And then it's like boom, sexy back, boom, sexy chest, boom, he's wearing makeup, and I'm like, this is fucking hot.
Yeah.
It's intense, y'all. It's so horny. But like that is what happens every episode. I'm up to 7, and it has not deviated. There is an ever so slight change in episode 7 where finally the mysterious 6th fairy appears and attacks one of the dudes after the fight. But like, it doesn't change that much. And that's my biggest issue, is that it doesn't really, apart from some very brief character interactions between those bullet points, it doesn't change all that much. And that was a lot of bullet points. That's all that's happening every episode. It's like, yeah, they're kind of filling time. My only other problem with it is in episode 3, I'm just going to spoil a bit of episode 3.
I'm probably going to talk about episode 3 too. Maybe.
Okay.
Are you talking about the ending with the dude?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Because
So-
this is going to be in my Je ne sais quoi too.
This is the thing, is that the whole episode 3 was the fairy boy meets this girl, and the girl, she has an issue where she's dating this very famous, he's like an actor, and she's dating him, and she's
Wabi Sabi.
Yeah, she's head over heels for this guy. He doesn't seem to really care about
Treats
her.
her like shit.
Yeah, and he's going on these dates with other fans and stuff, which might be part of his job. I don't know. Might or may not be cheating on her. And then the whole thing is like she just can't take it, and he helps her and defeats her, anxiety or whatever it is. And then she has a thing where like she's like, haha, that'll show him, and he's like, oh, fuck that, and he hits her too.
Yeah.
But then the very ending, you see 2 girls gossiping about it, and 2 of his fans, and they're like, oh my god, did you see this? And she shows on her phone where it's like that dude with another big guy, and it's like he came out of the closet. Turns out he was gay.
He was gay all along.
Yeah.
Yeah, he treated this girl like shit because surprised he was gay all along.
And I'm like, y'all,
yeah, come on.
For a show that is so fucking gay, that's fucking homophobic.
Yeah,
like that villain was gay.
It was like a cell phone.
Yeah, it's weird.
It is weird, and I was like, I don't know.
That was kind of a bummer. I don't know. That really took me out of it, honestly.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. The show, I don't know.
That's
whatever.
where I made it to.
Yeah. That's where I was like, okay.
Yeah.
I watched a couple more episodes, and I'm glad I did because I got to see Guernica. But I don't know, man. It's that really took me out of it.
Yeah.
You got anything else?
So yeah, that was definitely one of my points. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then my other point is I didn't not enjoy my time with this, but also in the back of my mind, I was kind of bored.
Yeah.
I was kind of, like I saw the first episode, it was flashy. Then the second episode was also flashy, but it was the same. And the third episode was flashy, but the same. It was kind of boring to me.
You really just build to that transformation and fight, and everything else you could kind of just take out.
Yeah, most of it was like it's horny and it's gay, and these guys are gonna have this great transformation. But is there anything more to it than that? No, not really. Not thus far. No,
not really. It's kind of just the same thing happens over and over again. And I gotta tell you, man, if you just want to see a show that absolutely goes for it, check it out, man.
Yeah, it's weirdly fun and off-putting at the same time.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess we'll see. I'm probably gonna stick with it just to see how it ends, but I don't know.
If you're really interested in something that's a little more on the gay side, if you haven't checked out Sarah's On Mine,
check out Sarah's On.
Sarah's On My Kicks Ass.
Sarah's On My Kicks Ass. Yeah. We gave it perfect 10s.
Yeah, we both gave it 10s.
Well, I gave it a 9.5. Excuse me.
I gave it a perfect 10.
I did take a half point off. But damn, it's a good show.
I should love this show.
Yeah.
Because it's stupid, it's dumb as hell, and that's kind of my humor. And I like big leaps in logic. And I like, sometimes I like things that are formulaic. I don't know, man.
So let's get to it. As we said, we can give it any caveat we want to, but in the end, it's either streamer or steamer. And Roger, what do you think?
My guy, it's a steamer.
It's a steamer. You could absolutely just lose this one. You could absolutely just lose it. I'll tell you. I'll go ahead and tell you. It's a steamer. I'm going to finish it just because I want to see what's up. I'm 7 episodes in.
I didn't hate it. I didn't hate it, but
I'm going to hit those last 5.
I don't think I'm going to go beyond the 3rd.
Yeah, no, I get it. It's just so formulaic and kind of boring. If you look, just jump on YouTube, find those transformation scenes, and you know what? Maybe you'll learn something about yourself, and that's okay. But yeah, that's for Ranmaru, kids. We're grading it. Steamer. Sorry, kids. All right. Next up, Roger, do you want to introduce this next one?
Way of the House Husband.
Gokushu Fudo, I believe it's called.
The first thing I would like to know about this show, it's dumb as hell.
It's pretty dumb. It's pretty dumb, and I kind of love it.
Yeah.
Here's what's interesting about this one is I feel like the art style, I like the art style. And the way that it's done and the animation kind of reminds me of another show about Yakuza that we watched and absolutely fucking hated.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds
like
me
Goku
of
Dolls.
Goku Dolls, Backstreet Girls. Boy oh boy. And yet how far on the other ends of the spectrum these shows are.
That show was pure trash. This show, shockingly wholesome.
I really love it.
Shockingly wholesome.
So Gokushu Fudo is the show, Way of the House Husband, is a story of a former Yakuza. What do they call him?
Tatsu. The immortal dragon.
The immortal dragon. And
he's hard as hell, baby.
He looks terrifying.
He's jacked up.
He looks scary.
He tries not to look scary. He just does.
He looks scary. But basically, Homeboy was the absolute #1 scariest Yakuza in this fucking area.
Beat 10 gangs on the same night.
My guy, he would fuck up everybody, drenched in blood, and only some of it is his. Like, he was a real toughie. And then, we don't know how yet, because it's part 1. We haven't seen the whole series yet. We don't know how yet, but he met someone, fell in love, got married.
He met Miku.
Well, she's got a job. Someone's got to handle things at home. Here we go.
Tatsu is the house husband.
He is indeed, but he still holds some of that Yakuza mentality, even though he's not fighting anybody or doing all that stuff or like committing crimes. He's still very much.
Yeah.
There's an amazing scene where like it's her birthday, I think, and it's straight up like some gang shit where like he's got the tea ceremony set up and all that stuff and everything. It's like literally like gang, like this is how it will be done when the boss walks in. You are expected to be on your fucking face for him. And that's what he does for his girl.
No, that was. I think that episode was for the yoga ladies.
Oh, it may have been for the yoga ladies.
The Madam Director or whatever he calls her. Yeah.
Holy shit.
It was just
he calls her boss lady.
Yeah, boss lady.
Holy shit.
That he just hangs around with.
Yeah, because They have the same interest. This motherfucker is walking around in an adorable little smock with a corgi on it. This shit's cute as hell.
He goes all the way. He's full house husband.
Full on house husband. He's full house husband.
It is fucking adorable.
It's very cute.
They play him off, and he definitely leans into that Yakuza vibe.
Yes.
He is not ashamed that he was formerly Yakuza. He still acts like it a little bit, but he applies it all to the house.
Yes, absolutely. And like, there's an amazing bit where, what is it? Where the roach gets in their house, dude, and he's like trying to hit
my
it.
Favorite fucking part.
Was that your one? That was your moment?
I lost my shit, dude.
Dog, it's so funny.
I was about to honk. I was laughing so hard. Thankfully, Kat was awake, and she did tell me today. She told me today I went to go visit her at her market, and she was getting ready for her market when I was watching this.
She's out here selling stuff. This is boss lady.
And she goes, I was kind of pissed because you were having so much fun, and I was not.
Aw. Wait, did she watch it with you or no?
She watched the first episode with me.
Okay.
But I didn't have time to wait around to watch, I kind of had to do it on my own time, which it's already unusual, for her to get into an anime with me that isn't like MHA or something.
Yeah.
But I couldn't not watch, more of it whenever I had the time to do it. So.
Yeah. I did kind of the same thing. Me and my girl Haley, we just sat down and like slammed through this whole fucking thing in an afternoon, and it's pretty great.
It's really great.
Yeah. So it is like not a full-on series. It's like part 1, right? So it's 5 episodes, about 20 minutes each. There's apparently a part 2 coming. I would guess 5 more episodes. But yeah, you got Tatsu, you got Miku, you got a bunch of other characters. Let's talk about probably my favorite bits. There's a cat.
Yeah, Gene.
This cat's so cute.
Yeah.
And it's just him. It's just a little kitty wandering around.
It's a derpy fucking cat.
It's a little cat. He's got big old bug eyes. And he's like, just jumps down into this other yard, and he's like, oh man, I gotta poop. And he just starts trying to take a poop. And the other animal's like, yo, motherfucker, this ain't your yard. He's like, come on, man, I gotta go. It's so goofy. It's like goofy shit like that.
Poop and poo poo so many times in that episode.
I gotta make a poo poo.
The other cat, I don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Just check it out. Yeah, the show's very cute.
Yeah.
How about the music and sound? That intro's fucking heavy.
It freaking bops, dude.
It kind of rips.
The intro and outro are good, man. They rip. The interstitial stuff I couldn't tell you much about because it's played very quiet in the background. Almost.
Yes, it is there to do its job, which is to make it so it's not completely silent.
It's supposed to feel kind of like a manga, and they succeed very well at making it feel like that.
This is one thing we can talk about because I checked out a couple of reviews. Based on a manga, obviously. I haven't read any of the manga. Probably not gonna read the manga. I usually don't read the mangas. I just don't have the shelf space for all these fucking books. I'm sorry. Yeah. Maybe I could get it online. Probably not. Too busy. But. There's a little bit of contingency. People are saying, it's good, but it doesn't really add anything that you haven't seen in the manga. If you've read the manga, you're good. It just, uses actual time to pass time rather than panels. And in fact, in many ways, you could say that it takes a little bit more effort to make these jokes land in the printed form because you can't control how fast someone is reading. But by all accounts that I've read, manga's amazing. Show is pretty much just the manga, so there's not a whole lot of reason to really check it out. They don't do a lot of animation. There's not a lot of movement.
Well, it's almost like panels.
Yeah, they do it panel style. It is they do the living manga thing. Not unlike what was it? Totally Bound Hanako-kun kind of had the same thing going on. But yeah, I mean, I get it. I tell you, I ain't read no manga. I'm watching this show, and I love this show.
Yeah, it's very good.
It's very funny.
I have a feeling I know where this is going.
Yeah.
But yes, so it's very manga-esque. It's a lot of fun. The thing that I want to mention is that I did watch the dub of it. I don't know if y'all watched it dubbed or subbed.
I watched it dubbed.
The voice actor for Tatsu, he also does the voice acting for Legoshi in Beastars. That guy is a fucking star, man.
He's very good.
He is really good. And his delivery in this show, perfect.
Yeah, it sounded really good.
It's so blank and deadpan. It nails the humor perfectly. Had me dying. I was laughing so damn hard at the show. I laughed at every episode.
Hell yeah, dude.
And I guess that's kind of my je ne sais quoi there, is I really just thought the show was very funny. It was well executed. the animation isn't anything to write home about, and I know a lot of people don't like the style, and that is fine. But it's good. It services. It does what it needs to do, and the show is just so damn funny. It's one of the funniest things I've seen since Asobi Asobase.
Yeah.
I mean, I was in tears over that roach with them googly eyes, man.
Yeah, man. That fucking roach was hilarious. Jonah Scott here is the name. Yeah. Dude nails it. It's very well done.
Yeah, he's really good.
Yeah, I don't really have much more to add. It's just here's what's really great about this one is, it's one of those, they drop it on Netflix. It's 5 episodes so far. There's going to be 5 more. They're 20 episodes, 20 minutes each. You can just slam through these bitches and have you some real hearty laughs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's quick and easy and you're in and out. I mean, maybe you're seeing, you can draw your comparisons to the show we just got through talking about, Fairy Ranmaru, where there's maybe out of a 27-minute episode, maybe like 5 to 8 minutes of really cool shit. Mm-hmm. Whereas this one is just quick, funny.
I think Fairy Ranmaru, the episodes were about 24, 25 minutes
something
long.
Like that.
And these, you got about 6 episodes per episode.
Yeah, they do the little clip it up
so
thing.
by the end of the 5th episode, you're at the 30th episode.
Yeah, that's how they number them, and it's pretty obvious. Like that's just like the issues
goes by very fast.
Yeah, yes, it goes very quickly, and I'm laughing pretty much the whole time.
Yeah,
I can't think of really. Now, granted, I watched this one a couple weeks ago. With my girlfriend, and it's not as fresh in my mind. Can't really think of anything that really bummed me out about it. It's just funny.
No, it's just funny and it's wholesome.
There are
curse words and stuff like that. There's violence.
There is a little bit of violence. You'll run into some actual gang members who are still gang members, and they'll run across this guy and be like, "Holy shit!" And
the immortal dragon.
And every now and then one of them will try to step to him, and even though he's really just trying to get to the store so he doesn't miss out on this great sale, he will humble these motherfuckers.
Yeah. Sometimes he doesn't even mean to humble him. He's just trying to be nice.
No, he's just trying to be nice, and they end up humble.
Humble with the wobbly legs.
Damn, you know you bad when you just accidentally humble a motherfucker. So good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, anything else to say about it, really?
No, not really, dude.
Well, let's rate it, big boy. Is it a streamer or is it a steamer?
My guy, this is a streamer for sure. It's a streamer if I've ever seen one.
And I'm
proud to give this the title of our first streamer.
I gotta tell you, if we were to sit down and you said, hey, these two 30-plus-year-old dudes are gonna watch some animes. One of them is about a bunch of fairies who are basically strippers, and one of them's about a funny man who used to be in a gang and now he makes cookies. I don't know. I mean, I feel like you could go either way on both of those, but here we are.
Yep.
We pretty much fully agreed that one's a steamer, one's a streamer, and there we went.
Yep. It's really good. But
it's really funny.
Next week we want to do another streamers and steamers.
We're gonna do another streamers and steamers. Do we want to say what we're doing now? Because I don't think we did last time, did we?
We did not. We hadn't decided yet. Yeah, but we can go ahead and say which two we're doing now.
We do know what we're doing this time, and those are
Tokyo
Revengers, and
those white notes.
Those Snow White notes.
The Snow White notes.
That's another two that are ongoing this season.
I have not seen it all.
I'll tell you, I gotta tell Roger hasn't watched either of these, and I'm kind of loving this as a format because it finally gets me to make you watch something you haven't.
I think this format is pretty fun, man. I quite enjoyed that. Yeah,
but yeah, we're gonna go at least 3 episodes on each of those.
Yeah,
I'll tell you, I'm already a few episodes into Tokyo Revengers. Snow White Notes, I've watched 2 so far, so I'm gonna watch a few more. But yeah, we're gonna watch them. We're gonna get ready. We're gonna come back next time and tell you, our good buddies, should you have them in your queue or is it a pile of poo? Is it the best you've seen in a while, or is it a big stanky pile? I can think of more of these.
Yeah, man. You're gonna have to write yourself a whole little intro and outro for this show.
I have a couple more ready, but yes, next time we will be hitting you with a few more streamers or steamers, and I definitely said it backwards the first time I said it. Whatever. Yeah. Streamers or steamers,
I still
baby.
haven't memorized which way we're gonna put it, so
hey, streamers first. Streamers or steamers.
I'm gonna have to get some sound effects. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, man. Throw up a poop emoji.
Yeah.
It'll be great. All right, but that about does it for us. Thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to do the full plugs at the end of the ramble. We are going to do a ramble, so if you're on the podcast, get ready for that. If you are checking it out on YouTube, maybe check out the podcast. There's a ramble attached. But, yeah.
You will still get the ramble, though.
Yeah, we'll have it.
Just a couple days later.
It'll be there. Anyway, thank you so much. Check out the links in the description, and see ya.
Bye. Love you.
Love you.